This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steinler.
All right, welcome back to Keeping Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steinler. If you're just tuning in, we've been talking about all kinds of good stuff. FaceApp going viral, and if that can ruin the security on your digital devices. What do you do if you're a small business owner to save for retirement? It doesn't have to be rocket science. It can be a lot easier than you think. And if you think collectible cars are the way to your financial future, you may be surprised to find out that the values of those just aren't going up the way they're supposed to. If you're missing part of the show, you can always find it on our website. Just go to keepingyourmoney.com. Or, of course, you can find it on all of our podcast partners, which is basically all the podcast partners that are out there. But in the studio this morning, we have my good friend, Vonnie Woodrick. Vonnie, how are you?
Good. How are you, Jamie?
Outstanding. Vonnie is the founder and director, is that what I should say, of I Understand Love Heals?
Founder and pretty much everything.
The do everything of I Understand Love Heals. Great organization. I'll let Vonnie talk about it in a second, but they are one of our charity beneficiaries of the Hillary Westenbarger Memorial Golf Outing, which takes place next Thursday, July 25th. It's an 8 a.m. registration, 9 a.m. shotgun start with lunch and reception at 2 to follow. If you are not signed up, we do have a couple spots left. Hop on, get in it. It's a lot of fun. We have all kinds of great things going on. We're giving away a vehicle from Todd Wenzel. There's a chance to win $1 million on a hole-in-one, plus many, many more fun times to be had. You can find more information on our website. Just go to keepingyourmoney.com/golf, and you can actually register right online. So, Vonnie, tell us a little bit about I Understand Love Heals.
Okay. I Understand is a nonprofit organization that supports those that have lost a loved one to death by suicide or struggle with a mental health illness. And we're so grateful to be a part of this golf outing because one of our missions is bringing the conversation to everyday places because it's a topic that so many people find it hard to talk about.
Sure, absolutely. And just trying to eliminate the stigma of just because it's mental health doesn't mean it's not like any other disease or illness, and in encouraging people to really not treat it differently, right? I mean, if you have heart disease, you have to go get treatment, and sometimes that can be fatal. And if you have mental illness, it really can be the exact same thing. That's
such an excellent point. And I really try to let people know that if someone in our family has cancer, what do? We talk about it as a family.
Absolutely.
We get help. We go to the doctor. We get a treatment
We
plan.
Support that person.
Absolutely. And we also do 5 years of follow-up. When we have someone that struggles with a mental health illness, we don't want to talk about it. We sweep it under the rug. We deny it. Mm-hmm. And it goes untreated for so long. And so many mental health illnesses are treatable, but also, like every other illness, some can be terminal. And I lost my husband 15 years ago to depression. And I don't look at his dying as a choice, but I look at it as he died of a terminal illness, and that terminal illness was depression.
Mm-hmm. And I like that part of the conversation. And I know there was even, you've put out a petition there. You're trying to kind of get the conversation to be changed because the idea of somebody committed suicide, it has such a negative connotation to it. But like you said, there's an underlying illness there that ultimately causes the death. It's not necessarily some voluntary decision that this person just made. There's an absolute illness there that caused the ultimate end.
Well, I think that the really interesting thing is you don't have to have a mental health illness to have suicidal thoughts or action.
Sure.
So as part of the definition petition, it's changing the old stigmatized definition from one who intentionally kills themselves to a side effect of an illness or pain, because the common denominator of all suicides is pain.
Right.
Where does that pain come from? Financial loss, heartache, bullying. Mm-hmm. We all have experienced that. We all could be at risk. Mm-hmm. So that's where we need to change that conversation is you don't have to have a mental health illness, but 90% of the suicides that do occur, according to statistics, is 90%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it is important. And also I appreciate that you and the organization that you founded, is bringing this to the forefront. This doesn't have to be the family secret. This doesn't have to be the thing that's, hidden behind closed doors. Because really the only way we start to change some of the statistics, and when we look at what has happened with suicide in this country over the last decade or so, whether it's veterans or whether it's other age groups, you mentioned bullying, there's significant increases happening there and not really being treated as the crisis that it really is starting to become. I mean, if we had the type of fatalities with just about anything else, we would really be like, wow, I can't believe cancer is killing so many people, but yet because it's a lot of times 90%, like you said, tied into mental illness, it's almost like, oh, well, yeah, let's not talk about that. That's a secret,
Right. And a lot of them aren't diagnosed with depression, but those other things like bullying, financial loss, heartache causes depression, even if it's temporary and you're not diagnosed. But with 22 vets dying per day, with the second leading cause of death from ages 10 to 21, we need to start doing something about it.
How about just the fact that the age 10 is in that bracket? I mean, that's
very
just so sad. That's so sad.
So disturbing. So what can we do? And for me, I was surrounded by so many people that didn't get it. And that's really how I understand, because I woke up one day and I'm like, why? To me, it's so logical. I mean, mental illness, pain, there's effect,
sure,
right? And that effect can be pain so deep that you want to end it all. So if we start talking about why someone died rather than how, because oftentimes what I think adds to the stigma is, how did she do it?
Right.
How did he do it?
Right.
And really, you want to bring that trigger back to the family. I mean, you actually want to ask somebody that question.
And why does it matter?
Exactly. And so when we look at the word commit, that's one thing that we try to do. We try to take commit out. We try to take kill out. We try to talk about the illness, not the act. So kill adds to the stigma. It's very dark. It's very scary. People, if I were to say to you, if you asked me how my husband died, and I said, well, he killed himself, how would that make you feel?
Yeah, it's a very negative connotation.
Yeah.
It's very, it's almost startling, right? Like, oh, geez, I'm so sorry,
Right. And people don't know what to say.
Right.
But if I were to say he died from depression, we can have a whole different conversation, and we can talk about the illness and not the act.
Sure.
And I think that's so huge. And that's something that every single one of us can do, and it costs us nothing.
Right. So what are some of the things that I understand is doing to try and foster this conversation?
Okay. Well, one of the things is what we're doing right now, and that's talking about it in everyday places with everyday people to reduce that stigma. It's going out in the golf outing and having people talk about something that is uncomfortable for a lot of people to ease that conversation. We have funded the first in the country nurse specializing in mental health in a traditional hospital setting at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital.
That's awesome.
She works, I think in 2018, she did 985 suicide screenings for that age group. So it's amazing what her work
And how
is doing.
amazing that she wasn't there before.
I know.
So what was happening before? I mean, that's a huge impact.
So right. And we now have 2 support groups, one for the caregiver. And the caregiver is those that have a loved one that's struggling, or maybe they have had an attempt and they just need the support from other people and make sure that they're taking care of themselves. We have a support group for those that have lost. We have free monthly community events. And just, again, bringing the conversation to everyday places.
No, that's great. That's great. You can find out more information about I Understand at IUnderstandLoveHeals.org, or come to our golf outing, July 25th, Thornapple Point. We'll be raising money for I Understand Love Heals as well as Kids Food Basket. For more information, go to keepingyourmoney.com/golf. Vonnie, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, coming up, we'll wrap up the show, send you into the weekend right here on the Keeping Your Money Show.
It all comes back to money.
This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steindler.
All right, welcome back to the Keeping Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steindler. Bart had to take off, so you just get me for the last couple minutes here of the show. If you're just tuning in, maybe you're getting ready to listen to the next show, come back an hour earlier. Check us out. I actually just waved with my hand, Laura, like they could see me. Come back. If If you miss any part of the show, you can find it on our website. Go to keepingyourmoney.com. You can also find it on all of our podcast partners, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. We talked about why collector cars and the whole market for collectibles could be cooling down. The photo editor Face app went viral again, which brought up concerns of internet security. We talked about ways to protect yourself, whether on your phone or on the internet. How can a small business owner afford to retire? I'll give you a hint. It's not wait to sell your business. And then we had Vonnie Woodrick in from I Understand, talking about our golf outing coming up July 25th, which is next Thursday, to raise money for Kids Food Basket and I Understand Love Heals. More information on that, go to keepingyourmoney.com/golf. If you want to talk to us, feedback, information, questions, maybe you want to come in for a review, give us a call. 888-98-MONEY is the number. That's 888-986-6639. Summer's a great time to be planning vacations. It also is a great reminder that if you're not planning properly for your retirement, you could run into a snag. Many times we think of retirement as a destination when in reality it's just the beginning of another journey that could last you 25, 30, 35, even 40 years, depending on how early you retire. If you do not have a roadmap for your retirement, if you don't know how the income is going to be generated from the money that you have saved, you must get that together. You need an income distribution plan. Let us help you with that. It's what we do. I think we're pretty darn good at it as well. But give us a call, 888-98-MONEY. That's 888-986-6639. Come in, whether it's a first opinion, maybe you need a second opinion, maybe you need a third or fourth opinion. Honestly, there's not enough you can do into this. This is one of the most important decisions you're ever going to make. The day you turn in the office keys and decide that you're done, your income now is 100% dependent on what you've saved and planned for. And if you haven't done that properly, it could be a really scary time. Let us help you figure that out. For everybody here at the Keeping Your Money Show, Dan Van Singel, Shane Thorson, Nate Boonstra, Matt Cernaw, Adam Seifer, Jonathan Hayes, Troy Fox on the Lakeshore, Dave Bruss, Leo Solano, our partners, Kylan Law, Broll Tax and Accounting, my wonderful producer, Laura Reidenauer, my compadre, Bart Steinler. I'm Jamie Westenbarger. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.
Registered representatives offer securities through Securities America, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Financial advisors offer advisory services through Securities America Advisors, Inc. Forest Hills Financial, Inc. and Securities America are separate entities.